if here is a female, right, this is a female, right, and she got married, and after a year or two she got pregnant. Here is a female and she got married. Okay, she is married, and after a year or two she got pregnant. What will happen? Look carefully. She is pregnant now. Okay, you can see here is the baby lying. Oh, he's happy, he's swimming. So look, what happens if you are studying embryology? Look, whenever there is the female ovum and the naughty person, the sperm came and did fertilization of him, fertilized the egg, and the ova goes and sits in the fetus. So from this day up to the delivery of the patient, right? So all those changes which are occurring in the body of this baby, in the body of this embryo, while you are studying these changes from the first day up to the day of delivery, this is called embryology. So we say that the study of prenatal development, right? The study of prenatal development. Study of pre means before, natal means delivery, natal means delivery. So the study of prenatal development is called embryology. How the baby heart is formed, how the baby brain is formed, how the baby bones are formed, the whole structures are formed, how. So this is called prenatal. Prenatal means before delivery, before birth, right? So what changes are occurring in the body of this baby from the day first up to the last day. When you're studying these changes while the baby is in the uterus of the female, and you are studying all those changes, these changes are before birth, these changes you are studying before birth. That's why we write prenatal development. So the study of prenatal development is called embryology. It's a very, very short definition of embryology, right, friends? Then there is another branch, and this is called histology. Histology. Hest means web. Hest means web. So web, right? Okay. If this is a piece of whatever and it has a different cells, right? It has different cells. Different cells have been combined here to make this web here, and this web is called tissue. This is called tissue. So in our body we have how many types of tissues? We have 4 types of tissue: the epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue. We have 4 types of tissue. So when you are discussing those tissues, when you are studying those tissues, this is called histology. So study of tissues is called histology. Done. This is also a branch of anatomy. Okay. Then there we have another branch that is called radiographic anatomy. Radiographic anatomy. What does it mean? It means radiography. Radio. What does mean by radio? That radio when you listen? No. Radio means rays, radiations. Radiations. Which radiations, friends? Ultrasound radiations. Ultrasound. CT scan, right? MRI, then X-rays. Okay, while you are doing all these, you are studying the body through rays. Look what happens when you go to a doctor and you have pain in your abdomen. When you go to a doctor for an ultrasound, he put the transducer on your abdomen, and from that transducer waves or rays are coming, and these rays are entering inside your abdomen, and he see all those abdominal structures in the you can say on his machine, right? So look, this is the transducer in his hand, and from this transducer rays are going towards your body, and through these rays the machine is studying your internal body structures, right? Like this. So this is called radiographic anatomy. Next, if someone has a broken radius bone or ulnar bone or any other one, how will you know it? Which kind of break is formed? You do X-ray. So when you do X-ray, right, you study the internal structures of the body through X-rays, through ultrasound, through MRI, through CT scan, or generally we say study of internal structures through rays, through radiations. This is called radiographic anatomy, right? Study of body through rays or radiations. This is called radiographic anatomy. Okay, then the next branch we have here is called the comparative anatomy. Comparative anatomy. What is meant by comparative anatomy? In comparative anatomy, we do comparisons, right? We do comparison. How we do comparison? Look carefully. In this table, on one side you have a cadaver, a human body present here, and on the other side you have a cat here, cat. So you are comparing the different structures of the cat with the different structures of the human body, or the structures of the human body you are comparing with the structures of other organisms, other animals, right? So this is called comparative anatomy. So study of comparison. Study of comparison between human body and other animals. This is called comparative anatomy. While you are comparing the human body with other animals, this is called comparative anatomy, friends, right? Next, we also have another branch, the most important branch, that is called the genetics. What is genetics? Look carefully, friends. Okay, my dear friends, go a little bit far and stand here. We will see you. Look carefully. Here is our cell, right? Inside our cell we have nucleus, and inside the nucleus we have DNA, and on the DNA we have genes, and you know that each gene, what is this? This is gene, right? And on the gene there is information for special protein, for a special character, right? So look carefully. What is genetics? Genetics is the study of informations coded on genes. On the genes there are special informations for a special protein, for a special function, for a special trait or character, right? So when you are studying those informations which are present on the genes, this is called genetics, right? So study of informations coded on DNA or genes. This is called genetics. In your DNA you have genes, and on genes you have lots of informations. So while you are studying these informations, this is called genetics, right? The next branch that we have is called the neurology. 11. Neurology. Right. What is neurology? In our body we have our nervous system, the brain, the spinal cord, all the nerves which are arising from them. So this is called neurology. So that is called nervous system. So we say that study of nervous system is called neurology, right? Then there's another branch we also have, that is called the surface anatomy. Let me write it here. Surface anatomy. Look carefully. Number 12. Surface anatomy. So what is surface anatomy? Look carefully. It is also known as topographic anatomy. Topographic anatomy. Right. Topography means when you are studying the body from external surfaces and you don't dissect the body. This is called topographic anatomy. Look carefully. If someone asks, what is the location of your heart in your body? So you say, if you know it, you say that the base of the heart begins at the level of, this is called topography. When you are comparing one part with other, when you are comparing the location of an organ with other parts of the body, this is called topography. So the base of the heart is present in relation to or posterior to the second rib, and the apex of the heart ends at the seventh rib, right? So it's like this. Look carefully. This is the sternum. It's a simple diagram. This is the first rib and this is the second rib, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then there is seventh, right? So your heart starts at here and ends at here. Look carefully, right? So what did you say? We say that the base of the heart is at the level of second rib and the apex of the heart is at the level of the seventh rib, right? So this is called topographic or surface anatomy. You didn't went inside the body, right? So you are telling the features of the body from external surface. This is called surface anatomy. So study of external body, this is called surface anatomy. Clear, friends? Next we have another branch, and that is called syndosmology. Syndosmology. Right. What is syndosmology? We have joints in our body. Look, here is a friend. Okay, let me show you. This is our elbow joint. This is wrist joint. These are the interphalangeal joints. Right. We have in our body different joints. So when you are studying the joints, this is called syndosmology, and the movements of the joints. Right. So study of joints and their movements. Study of joints and their movements. This is called syndosmology. Or if you are only studying the joint, that is called arthrology. Arthrology is the study of joint, not the movement, right? So study of structure of joint. Structure of joint. This is called arthrology, right? We have another branch also, a very important branch of anatomy, that is called the osteology. Osteology. Os means bone. Os means bone. So study of bones. Study of bones is called osteology, right? Then we have another branch also, that is called myology. Myology. Myo means muscle. So you please complete that. Myo means muscles. So study of muscles is called myology. Then we have another branch that is called angiology. Angiology. Logi means, or logos means study, and angio means vessels, blood vessels. So study of blood vessels is called angiology. Number 18, we have cardiology. Cardia means heart. Heart. So study of heart is called cardiology, right? Okay, then we have number 19, gastroenterology. Gastroenterology. What is this? Study of stomach and intestines, or we say study of GIT. Study of digestive system is called gastroenterology, or study of stomach and intestines is called gastroenterology. Okay friends, then we have another branch that is called hepatology. What is hepatology? Study hepatar. So hepatar means liver. Study of liver is called hepatology. Clear friends? You have many other branches also, and if you study your books, you will find. So I have brought here about 20 branches of anatomy. You can learn these, and these will be also enough for you guys, right? So these are the subdivisions of the human anatomy, right? And next we are going to discuss about the anatomical terms related to body position, body movements, and other things, right? So don't go anywhere. Please, if you like our lectures, if you learn something from our lectures, then hit the like button and do comments from me also. Thank you so much.